I'm Christine Clark here for Big Purple Couch, and joining me, I have the Director of Campus Police, Elgin Austen. Thank you for joining us here on the show.
You're welcome.
And homecoming's coming up this weekend. People get a little rowdy. Are you expecting things to be a little bit busier than usual?
Things are normally busy, and normally busy around homecoming, but it's a very exciting time of the year to have. We have the alumni coming in from all over the world. We have a great football game that's going to be played where Western's going to come out the winners. That's just a prediction. And lots of students, there's lots of activity. We've got the parade in the morning, and housing have a lot of activities happening as well, like alternative activities. So the whole, and as a matter of fact, this week, right now, there are a lot of activities, as you all know. And Ivy, I believe, in their new building, I believe they also have alumni coming there. So there's a lot of exciting things that are happening at the university. And yes, there will be, from particularly students, a little bit of alcohol that's going to happen. We would know that in advance. We do have that covered off with campus police being very diligent and with the managers attending at the various residences and so forth like that. But overall, we don't expect any real major problems. And so we hope that that occurs that way.
And for big events like this, is there anything that sometimes students get involved in that they don't even realize is illegal, but it actually ends up getting them in trouble?
Well, sometimes that happens, like, for instance, keg parties and things like that. I mean, sometimes these things get carried away, and without young people having experienced a lot of these things in the past, they can get taken in by stuff that's happening. I would say on the university grounds itself, it's a lot safer to be here and to be involved in the activities here. Once young students in particular leave the grounds and they head on downtown and things like that, yeah, for the most part things work out, but on the other hand, it's a lot more uncertain, the environment, than it is right here.
And speaking of safety, do you have any safety tips for people this weekend?
I would say, generally speaking, the things that we see, it's the alcohol that gets people into trouble. Stay away from anybody that's selling any kinds of drugs or any of those types of things. All that stuff is just manufactured in somebody's cookware in back rooms and things like that. This is a lot of real nasty stuff that's out there. And for the most part, I hope that people stay away from that. And the alcohol thing is for people to think about what they're doing before they do it. Like have some kind of a plan so that they know what they're doing. And the excessiveness is not good for a lot of things, their behavior and their health and all of that, and there'll be things that are regretted later. So I think just basically planning in advance is a good thing to do.
And for yourself personally, what are you going to be up to this weekend?
I'll be at the football game. I'll be watching the parade and the football game and seeing Western win again, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. And and just generally on call for anything else of a serious nature that may happen at the university. But again, it's a pretty disciplined place overall, lots of enthusiasm and lots of structure to keep things safe.
And last week we heard an incident around Dundas Street downtown with a taser incident. Does stuff like that happen here? Do campus police have taser policy? Well,
we don't. We don't have, campus police do not carry firearms. We have people here from all over the world, like students from all over the world. And if firearms are needed, well, we have London police to rely on, so we don't really need to have firearms here. The same thing with tasers. London police do have the ability to use taser. They have the training, they have the policies, it's standard policies. And all of those types of things that we can rely on them if we have situations that occur that are over and beyond what we can handle ourselves. But I must tell you that 99.9% of the time things are handled either by the students themselves, by faculty or staff, the leaders that we have here, and when behavior is over the top and campus police get involved, we handle most of the other as well.
Safe to say, it's pretty safe.
It's a very safe place to be, and it's a great environment.
And kind of, I guess, on a side note, we've been hearing a lot about stolen bicycles around campus. Is there any lead on that or what's happening there?
Well, from time to time we do have thieves that are here at the university, and generally any money that might be gained on stealing a bicycle, which is relatively small amount, is going to drugs. You can be sure that most of the bicycles we have stolen, we've had about 30 now in the last 2 weeks, is that any of that money is going to be going for drugs, and it won't be university students that are doing these things. It'll be people that we've caught before are from generally, unfortunately, other areas of the city that they see the vulnerability because of so many bicycles being here. It's like taking candy from a baby, you may say, in certain cases. So to secure the bikes, I mean, that's a really good thing. Securing it in a couple of different ways is good. Some students, and I think it's a smart thing to do, if they've got a backpack, take the seat of the bike with them. You don't see very many people stealing a bike without a seat on it. And then also for someone that has a more expensive bike, if they contact parking, because they can get secure parking then in these lockers that we have, like bicycle lockers. And it's relatively inexpensive, and it's a safe place to be, and we've never had one stolen from a locker.
And is there a particular lock that's better to use, like a bar lock or a wire lock?
I think some of these U-locks are better than the chains, because the chains can be more readily cut, like with chain cutters and so forth, lock cutters. But anything is better than nothing. But on the other hand, some of the U-locks are better.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and lock up your bikes properly and have a great homecoming weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you.